Now, from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
Chaos, confusion, and catastrophe. Scenes that played out in Brussels that could happen anywhere, including the U.S.
A day of terror in Belgium has the world watching and on alert as authorities across the globe scramble to track down the suspects. Our big story at 6, the terror attacks in Brussels. We continue to get new details by the hour. And the more we learn about the attacks, the more terrifying the story becomes.
Right now, raids are going on across Belgium with hopes any suspects could be rounded up quickly. It all began at 8:30 this morning at the airport in Brussels. 2 suitcase bombs go off in the departure area within seconds of each other. A third suitcase device that did not explode was found. 10 people were killed, another 100 injured. Authorities are looking at surveillance video of 3 men suspected in this morning's attack there.
Then within an hour, a second explosion, this time inside a train station. The death toll there greater. At least 20 people, more than 100 others hurt. Hours later, the Islamic State claimed responsibility for the attacks. Already during raids, police have found bomb-making materials, nails, and ISIS flags. President Obama has pledged to stand by Belgium following the attacks.
We stand in solidarity with them in condemning these outrageous attacks against innocent people. We will do whatever is necessary to support our friend and ally Belgium in bringing to justice those who are responsible.
Meantime, back in the U.S., a stepped-up presence of police at subway stations such as the Metro in D.C., even though there is no known threat to America. People getting onto PATH trains in the New York area had their bags searched as a precaution.
Now, when something like this happens, the red flag goes up at airports worldwide.
Yeah, security is heightened immediately, as well as stress levels for passengers. 10 on your side's Laura Queso spent part of the day at Norfolk International Airport. And Laura, what was the mood among passengers?
Well, the mood, Anita, calm. The terminal's busy and the security ramped up. I spoke with the airport's executive director, and he tells me they're doing everything they can to make sure passengers are safe. Safety at American airports. It comes under national spotlight once again after tragedy at the airport in Brussels. A place Rob Erickson visits quite often.
And on my next trip, I will not route myself through Brussels. I'll go a different way.
A sad sight, he says, with Brussels being a center for travel overseas. But Erickson says he won't stop flying.
Life goes on, and I think if we quit traveling, that gives the terrorists what they're looking for, so I don't intend to stop.
Much like other passengers at Norfolk International Airport, amidst the traveling, police officers, TSA agents, and canines patrol the terminals.
Airports here are, watching the security the way they should, and I'm not very worried.
Airport Executive Director Robert Bowen says safety is the number one priority.
As it was right now, looking as strictly an international event in Brussels, so no direct impact on us right at this time.
Bowen says he called a staff meeting to discuss safety after the attacks. Safety, something he says has been heightened in the airport since the 9/11 attacks. Right now, no flights out of Norfolk are delayed or canceled because of those terror attacks. Laura Queso, 10 on your side.
Brussels is not only the headquarters for the European Union, it's the headquarters for youth organizations across Europe. 10 on your side spoke to the communications director of the European Youth Forum, who says that the city now has a massive police presence.
Really a stone's throw from the European Parliament and the European Commission, and maybe half a mile from the bomb that went off on the metro. So, of course, there was a lot going on in the streets.
We'll have more on her story on WAVY News 10 at 10 and 11.
Our coverage of the Brussels attacks continues on WAVY.com. Right now online, a timeline of today's events, as well as a photo gallery of the aftermath and reaction to the bombings from the presidential candidates and across social media.
And of course, NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt will have team coverage of today's bombings in Brussels. That's coming up at 6:30.
Other news now, and a follow